Hey guys, I finally got a chance to try out Quickplay this weekend. I haven't really had a whole lot of time through the week to play, but once I kind of got the hang of it, I've been having a lot of fun playing it. It's a nice change of pace, a new experience. Um, and I kind of wanted in this video to just go over some things I learned from this weekend playing it and some tips that some of you might already know, but maybe for those of you that haven't really played it much, you might learn a little bit. And I want to start off by saying that I found that this game mode is the best way to level up your bloodline. Unless you're just winning games with level 50s, like each game I won in quick play, I was getting like between 2,000 to like 2,500, even sometimes more, depending on how many kills you get. But at least 2,000 XP straight to my bloodline every game that I won. So that's nice. That's a lot of XP, and it really levels up your character. Let's take a moment of silence for the skill, though. Okay. Anyways, so for like early level prestiges, like I feel like Quick Way is the way to go. I started out as like fresh prestige and got my guy up to like level 50, and completely bypassed all of the bullshit with the tier 1. Like, I hate using tier 1 hunters and not having light shots or traits or any of that, so I was able to completely bypass that aspect of prestiging and go straight to like tier 2, tier 3 type stuff. And also, I mean, with this game mode, it allows you to keep, obviously if you win the game, you get to keep the hunter that you won with, so a lot of times you'll get weapons and traits that you wouldn't have for like quite a while, so that's also really nice. Not to mention it's all completely free, so you're not out any money. So overall, this is it's a really good game mode. I like it a lot. Now for the tips, I guess I'll start off by saying that I feel like the most important thing is finding the clues first. You want to, if at all possible, you want to be the person to activate the Wellspring, and for a few reasons. For one, because you get random traits for every Wellspring that you close, but also, I'm sorry, not Wellspring. Every rift, they're called rifts now instead of clues, but for every rift that you close, you get a random trait. So obviously, the more you get, only one person's gonna get 4, but the more you get, the more chances you have of getting like really good traits. Like I've gotten Fanning and Iron Sharpshooter and Pitcher, all those traits from just getting the clues. But also, the more you or the faster you get to like the third clue, then you can kind of choose where you want to defend, and that's big. Kind of gives you the option depending on your play style and like the weapons that you're using that game. Like you can kind of set up a defense, and like that's in my opinion like the most fun part about this game mode is just defending a complex full of people trying to kill you. It's typically, like, I think I've only lost like maybe 1 or 2 games to where I've actually gotten the loadout I wanted and gotten the spot that I wanted to defend, like the complex I wanted to defend. Typically I win those. I don't win when someone else activates them, and I've got to push in, and a lot of times get killed by another player coming in or something. But yeah, so that's like I think the single biggest thing. Also, being aggressive and killing other hunters while you have the Wellspring or the bounty or whatever. That's big, because each time you kill a hunter, you shave off like 25 seconds off the timer. So that's less time that you have to defend, less time the other hunters have to kill you. So if you're getting like 2 to 3 kills while you have the bounty, it's gonna make it a lot easier for you to win. Those people that are trying to hang out to the last second and come in at the last minute and kill you aren't gonna be able to do that if you're shaving off time really quickly. The next tip is you want to stay when you're defending a complex. You want to know where all the health is, all the med packs, because it's a lot of times it's really hard to find like vite shots and med kits throughout like the map, like to loot, and you can only carry one of each. So when you're used to like carrying multiple vite shots and a med kit, it can be a little it was rough for me at first figuring that out. But if you know where all the med kits at and are in the complex, you can kind of rotate around when you get hit and use those to your advantage. That's saved me a lot of games. So I wouldn't recommend leaving a complex really, you know, because it's so punishing when you get hit with a Mosin or something. Like one hit, if you're gonna use all your meds in one hit pretty much. And luckily here I was able to take this guy out with a shotty and shave off the rest of the time before the guy with the Mosin could finish me off because I was low. So that you don't always have to be the last person alive to win games. You just have to get the timer down to 0. Let's see what else. Obviously, like the weapons. One thing that's kind of interesting about this game mode is it kind of forces you to use weapons that you never used before. Like I don't think I've ever gotten a kill with a Nagant Deadeye like I just did, but it kind of forces you to use weapons that you have available, so that's kind of neat. But as far as like finding weapons goes, I haven't played enough to know like where certain weapons spawn, but I'm kind of noticing to where there are certain weapons that spawn in certain areas. So if you can get those down, I'm sure that would help. But just in general, like it seems like the best weapons are at the wagon resupplies, and it's where I found a lot of Mosins and stuff. And they're not marked on the map, so you've kind of got to spot them. But it's definitely worth checking out if you see one around, because they typically have the better weapons for what I've noticed. There are some, you can find good weapons. Like I found the Spark Sniper inside the building here. At the complexes there are weapons, but the wagons are definitely your best bet if you can find them. But yeah, so it's a different playstyle, kind of, than just like a typical hunt mode. I really like the not having to fight the boss. I think is big for helping like the more skilled player win fights, because when you're having to fight the boss before you can you know, extract or win the game or whatever, like you're putting yourself at a pretty dangerous position. People are gonna camp that. This way I've still been camped. I've been clue camped like multiple times, which is always hella annoying. Like how do you guys get enjoyment out of that? But it is what it is, like it's part of the game. But as far as like camping the boss, there's no boss, so I mean once you get your 4th clue, like you're not you don't have to worry about dealing with that, which I think was a good idea on the devs part. And you are at kind of a disadvantage just because the other players can see you on the map, and it's like they have boosts like right there. You know, you can see where the guy's at. I know he's downstairs in the back corner there. So you are at a slight disadvantage, but if you play aggressively and stay in somewhat in cover to where you aren't going to get shot from behind, you can most of the time win, because it's just like using dark sight, you know, like you can spot them all you want, but in the end it's whoever can land the shots that wins the fight, not who knows where who's at. I mean, it helps, but it's not always the case. That you guys know what I mean. Yeah, just for a quick overview, go for the rifts as fast as possible. Try and pick a complex that fits your loadout and your play style. Play aggressively. Try and take out some hunters. It's gonna make it easier on you. And overall, just have fun with it. It's not. You have literally nothing to lose by dying in this game mode, other than for those of us that are concerned about our KDs, I guess. But other than that, like, there's really, I mean, you're not losing money, and so you might as well just play to have fun, but play to win too, and don't just camp in a basement with a shotgun. This guy almost got me there. There's like I almost died 3 times during this game, and it can get pretty intense without having heals and all that stuff. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I think it's a good change for the game. It's definitely better than the solo mode, for sure.
That's fucking rude, dude.
I don't know how that first shot didn't kill him with the Spectre. The thing is, like, no range. Anyways, though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. After the holidays, my work's gonna calm down a bit, so I've been thinking about starting to stream again. I've been having internet issues, though, so I don't know. If I can get those ironed out after the holidays, I might pick up streaming again. So if I do, I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.
Fuck.